Hi, everybody. It's the SyFy Sistas, and I am Sabrina Wood, and I am here with my other sister, Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello.
And I'll give a whoop whoop. And we have a very, very special promo show today. We are here with the Urban Nerd Convention creator, Mr. Roy M. Evins II. 111111. So, Roy, we are so excited that you decided to drop by and talk to us today about the Urban Nerd Convention. Please tell us all about this happening.
Well, first off, thank you, ladies, for having me. It's great. You know, I love the opportunity to talk to other blurs whenever we get the chance, and especially, you know, about this topic as it relates to the Urban Nerd Con, as we like to call it. It was just really born out of a situation that we wanted something that we felt would be able to grow onto the level as your Dragon Cons, Mega Cons, some of the larger conventions, but that maintained its focus on creators and characters of African descent. And let that be our centerpiece. And so that's kind of where we start at with everything. You know, we tell folks, we have a slogan that we're using for the con that says, our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. You know, part of that is kind of selfish. You know, we've been giving DC, Marvel, Image, all these folks money for a whole lot of years.
Hey.
And we want our creators to get that reciprocal energy from people of other ethnic groups and things of that nature. So, you know, we want them to realize, yes, this is a safe space for you to come and share and learn about some great creators that you don't know about if you're into horror, if you're into sci-fi. Some great people, you know, meet some of these great Black actors that really probably don't get a lot of opportunities to do cons, at least in the States, because there are a lot of them who, I've talked to several of them who do a lot of things outside of the States, but they don't have that there.
Really? Okay. So let me stop you, because I want you to say right now, when is the con happening and where? So we didn't do that right off the top.
Right. So the con is going to be happening the last weekend in July 29th through the 31st in Montgomery, Alabama. One of the homes of the modern day civil rights movement, which is one of the things that's actually a good place or a good reason for us to be there. But again, it will be July 29th through the 31st. So that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. And just for those who may want to know, Montgomery is literally a 2-hour drive down south of 85 from Atlanta. So it's not like it's that far. So yeah.
Is it really that close to Atlanta? I didn't know
it's that close to Atlanta. Okay. That's even better. Okay.
All right, so all you Atlanta people, if you're listening,
and I know you are,
get your butts down to Montgomery. So we really want to. The lineup for this is really just wonderful. I was so excited, and I'm so disappointed that I can't come this year.
Right.
But why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about it, and then we'll run through the lineup that you have for everybody, and I'm just getting everybody excited. Let's get everybody.
All right. Well, so hold on. I'll wait till you get into the lineup, but. Again, the con was just about us having a space. So there are two main things that we want to do. Like I said, we want to let folks know that you can come in and see some of the great works that our creators have, but realize that this is something featuring people of African descent. That is the core market of it. We don't make any bones about it. But again, we do let them know that it's a place where we want everybody to come. The other thing that we really wanted to do with this was to provide young blurs a space where they can actually feel comfortable and be themselves. I'm in my 50s, and growing up, you know, luckily for me, I was also an athlete, so I didn't get ribbed as much about it. But a lot of people who were into comics and sci-fi, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s, if you were Black, they looked at you weird. They're just like, oh, why are you into this stuff? And so, you know, we wanted to make sure that we give young blurs an opportunity and a space to come and enjoy their fandom, and then see older people who are like them and who are into this, as well as see people in their own age group. And to that end, actually, the Friday of our event is our Youth Day. And we actually we're working with a group called Ed Farm that's based out of Montgomery. We will have 4 teams of middle school kids who created their own video games.
Oh, wow.
That we're going to be featuring at the con. And the goal is going to be to pick who has the number 1 game. Now, those are the final 4 out of 14 teams, actually.
Wow.
Oh, my
so we've got that. We've got some young creators. We've got a young lady who is, and you got to look this up, and I know you guys won't be there, but who knows, we may be able to do some Zoom stuff and get you guys there virtually.
That's a question on my list. Okay.
That is a question on the list.
She has the first card game based on anime. It's called Indy Annie. And she is, I think she's 18 years old, young black sister out of Atlanta. And she has created the first anime card game. It's a trivia game.
Trivia game. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Oh my God, we got some ElfQuest people that are probably going to be all over this thing.
Oh yes, we'll invent it if it needs to be invented. We will invent it.
We absolutely will. That is in our DNA.
It is.
That would get a gateway. That's a gateway thing for me. You know, I'm like, I don't know all that stuff, so I can see myself buying these cards. Like, what is
just
this?
to learn it? Exactly.
Just to learn it. Yeah.
I'm not a big anime guy because so I didn't stay into anime, but of course, coming up, like I said, in the 80s, Battle of the Planets with G-Force and a couple of the other robot movies, those were my entryway into anime, but I didn't stay into it past those.
Right. But now it is like the thing. I mean, it's
it's everywhere.
all over the place. So that's great. I really love it. That was my other question. I wanted to know if you were going to have something for the kids, and you just covered that completely. So okay, what else you got? So Friday is Kids Day, and what are we gonna do on Saturday?
Well, Saturday we're gonna have more kids stuff, but that's when we expect, of course, our biggest crowd to come out.
Yes,
with more of our nerds and blurs hitting the space and enjoying themselves. We're gonna be doing some cosplay competitions, some gaming stuff. We're working with Retro Gaming Lounge, a group that's gonna be coming down. So we're gonna have a few tournaments, setting some stuff up. We actually are also working with a gentleman named Ron Jones and a group called Indie Cluster. And what they do is they actually work with independent game creators to take their products across the country to different events. And so they're going to be coming. And besides the young lady with the trivia game, we've actually got confirmed two sets of brothers who have created their own fighting games and who are doing their own video games. And listen, there's one of these games that looks so dope.
Wow, I can't wait.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. When I'm looking at it, and it's like the characters, they're characters are like cartoon, but when you talk about the black, they look black. They got the different hairstyles. So they like really put the work into it. I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes. I love that. Because that's the only way we're going to really be represented.
Yep. Is
if we do it.
That's right.
Otherwise it's going to look like some of the Star Trek dolls that they have out of Michael Burnham. Ooh, I'm like, what the heck? They don't look nothing like this. It's just a black face, right. And they put the uniform on. So I think that's awesome. We really need to get into that. And I love that young kids are, they feel the need, they see the need and they just go ahead and do it. Like I said, if it needs to be invented, we're going to do it.
Yeah, and gaming is the thing, because right now that is the hottest sector going.
It is.
For all of the streamers, YouTube, everybody is trying to get into gaming right now. It is just huge. So
it is. Yep.
You're going to have the young bloods coming up in this. This is going to be great. I can just see. I mean, look at all the shows that are coming up out of games, video games.
Yeah.
So I am totally psyched. So, and I like that you're having a cosplay. Now, I'm new to cosplay too, but Darlena, you got me doing it. You got me dressing up. But I have really enjoyed this, and I think it's such creativity when you see, the sisters and brothers getting into their cosplay. I really, really enjoyed that. So will you have any professional cosplayers there, or is this all going to be an amateur level?
We are working on trying to get a couple of more folks. We had Pros and Cons Cosplay who were going to be there, but they end up having a conflict. So we're really disappointed that those sisters, Tamara and Tiffany, won't be there for us this year, but we're definitely going to hold out. They'll be back with us next year. Okay. They actually helped put together our cosplay track. So we are working on trying to find a few more people that we can get in, but we're expecting a lot of the amateur folks to come out. And actually, I think a couple of professional ones who are in the local market. Sure. We apparently found out that they are like super excited. We were talking with one of our folks who's working with us, and she was like, yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 friends who are cosplay who've already been working on their outfits for the weekends. And so I was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, they know, they're ready, they're waiting. So
they're coming.
That's awesome. That's
well,
awesome.
Roy, we just have Fran join us here. So we've got another SyFy sister here.
I'm sorry. 1,000 apologies.
Not a problem.
So Fran is another one. We have been traveling to cons and everything, and we have gotten into this cosplay thing and just love it. And I am not a gamer, but I am intrigued by it. So I'm so mad we can't come. Black Games, yes, I'm ready. So and then so now can we talk about the lineup? Because you got my.
What about Sunday? What about Sunday? What's going on Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, we're more of the same thing. We're going to be doing some gaming stuff on Sunday, some more cosplay stuff on Sunday.
Okay.
We're working on a couple things since I was waiting till we got into the lineup to talk about some of the other special things that we were going to have.
Okay.
But so let me ask: is there anywhere, since you guys have seen it, is there anywhere in particular that you would like to start as it relates to the lineup?
With my heart.
I'm going to make an assumption and think that might be Timok.
No, it's Anthony Montgomery.
Oh wow! Oh, what am I thinking about? Well, that's right. You guys are the Trek. You guys are Star Trek folks. That's right.
Yes, we are.
Anthony, pretty cool guy. He's actually how we got in touch with Cirroc Lofton, who will be there also.
Awesome.
Cirroc is
Cirroc is how we found Roy.
Cirroc guy
introduced us. So
yeah,
yes.
But a local comic book store owner, a brother here in Atlanta, Tony Cade, owns Challenges Games and Comics. He actually introduced us to Anthony. And, he was, when he asked about it, I guess he didn't see some of these folks, because I've been so focused on the other aspects of my company the last few years that they didn't realize my level of nerddom.
Okay.
Just how much. I said, listen, if you wanted to put me on an intelligence level from nerddom with most folks, and if we done, we'll run this from the Marvel. No, you know what? We'll stick this with Star Trek.
Okay.
So I'm like, a little over Guinan, but a little bit only under Q. So I know it all.
Okay.
So I'm there. And so when he was, he was trying to describe the guy, and he was like, yeah, so I know this guy who was in one of the Star Trek shows. And I was like, well, which one? He was like, oh, he was in Enterprise, and he was the pilot. I'm like, Anthony Montgomery? I'm like, Ensign Mayweather? He was like, oh, you know who he is? I'm like, dude, stop.
Right?
Like, of course I know who he is. I'm like, and then since I was already a Scott Bakula fan from when he was on the
jumping around the
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, exactly, yeah. So I'm like, dude, of course I know who he is. I'm like, his story arc was actually great. I love the way that they took him back with his family, who were the shippers and all. So, he was like, okay, yeah, you really do know some of this stuff. So I was like, of course I do. So no, that was great. That's how we initially got together. So no, Anthony's pretty cool. Anthony's probably going to do an actual performance from his album.
Nice.
A little concert when he's there. Yeah. So we're excited about that. Definitely.
Yeah.
He is something. Awesome. He did a performance on the cruise, and we all saw him sing and dance on the cruise, and I was totally impressed. So that's gonna be good. That'll be great.
Yeah,
cool.
And then Cirroc.
Yep, Cirroc Lofton. Of course, for those who I'm sure your fans know Jake Sisko.
Yes, he was our first guest on the show. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I listen. I was already an Avery Brooks fan. I loved everything they did with him except the first 2 seasons until they cut his hair, because Avery Brooks with hair just wasn't working for me. That brother needed his power is in his baldness.
It is.
So,
it really is.
It really transformed me. But no, they was great. That's right. That's right. So that was great. So we're definitely looking. And again, we're a first year con, so we've got some great folks, and of course, as we move forward, we're expecting like next year we're expecting to be able to afford an Avery Brooks, to afford some other folks coming out. We've got a list. Well, listen, we've got a list for year 2 that we totally expect to get that have some heavy hitters on the names.
You got Rob Morgan, which when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, he has got to be one of the greatest actors we've got right now. He is not so getting his due.
Yes.
But, and he's Tidewater area as well.
Is he really?
He absolutely is. He went to Virginia. I'm going to make sure I say it. He went to Virginia State.
Oh, State. Okay.
He went to Virginia State, but
that's not actually Tidewater.
That's Richmond.
Norfolk State is Tidewater.
Norfolk. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know. See, I'm sorry. I'm from the South. So, and like I said, I was MEAC.
South, deep South.
I was MEAC. So for us in Florida, all of that was Tidewater and the DMV. So all of that was in the same area.
That's Richmond.
All that over there.
Right.
Richmond, Petersburg is Virginia State. Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
My niece played basketball for them. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, but he's gonna be there. We did an interview with Rob, man, and he is the coolest dude.
Man.
And he's got a line that he's doing. I believe it's called "I Love Black People." It's so dope. He's doing that. We talked about his of course, as I like to call him, Mr. Nefarious from the Netflix Marvel shows with Turk Barrett.
Yep.
Right.
And we talked about one of the things that we actually talked about was his character in Don't Look Up.
Oh my God!
He told me the story of that.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah.
Listen, he was like when the guy called him about, and here's the crazy thing that most people don't know: that movie was written before the pandemic.
It was
written in like 2017, 2008.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It's kind of
and
really
I was
scary.
just like, that's
scary.
that was my exact response to him when he told me that.
I was like,
that is really scary that somebody wrote this and then we're living everything that was in that show. And yeah, he is. I mean, Rob was great, man. He was such a cool conversation to have. So we're excited about Rob Morgan coming. But he was excited about that role because his character was considered the smartest person in the movie.
Right.
And he was like, to have a brother in that space made him feel good when the guy reached out to him about writing it.
Yeah.
Yep. I watched that movie 3 times.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So let's see. You know what? I've got to tell you guys about it because you're Trekkies again. Adelle Simmons.
Listen, that name sound familiar?
I'm about to tell you because she was the first female and the longest tenured associate director for Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Associate director?
Okay. She answered, and she explained this to me because we weren't really sure about it, but the associate director actually answered to the producers. Because different directors actually came in to direct different episodes.
Right.
She was the glue that held that show. The associate director is the person that actually holds these shows together.
So she's the director that's always there.
That's always there.
Tell them where everything is.
She was the first associate director, and she was telling us stories about it.
Oh wow!
And when the associate director that they had got fired, Patrick Stewart and Whoopi Goldberg went to the producers and were like, Adele is our associate director, period, end of discussion. And she ended up being there for the entire 7 seasons, the only person who was there for that. After she left the Next Generation, she actually went to Voyager. She did Voyager as well.
Okay.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, listen, she told us some stories because before that, why was she on Knight Rider and Dynasty? I was like, are you serious? Wow. She's telling us these stories about Diane Carroll being on set, and I was just like, wow.
Diane Carroll.
Oh,
so where you know her name from, if you are a Trekkie and especially a Next Generation fan, Patrick Stewart made her a named character.
His aunt?
His Aunt Adele. His favorite Aunt Adele. And he just did that. Like, that wasn't even in the script. She told us the story. Nobody knew it. He named his favorite Aunt Adele after her. Yep.
Wow. Aunt Adele. Man.
All right, folks. You just heard it here first.
Aunt Adele is in many
breaking
fan
another
fiction.
Story. Okay, she has got to get on. We got to get her.
We got to get her.
We got to talk to her.
She is such an amazing conversation. I mean, like, we're going to look. Well, here's one of the things that I can definitely tell you. Mm-hmm. Whatever panel, or at least we're thinking about doing an exact discussion session with her during the con. for girl power, because I've got a son too, but I'm a girl dad. I've got granddaughters as well. So I want young Black girls to see this woman who is doing this when most women weren't even considered for these roles, in these positions. And this is somebody who was, you talk about trailblazing, and just to listen to her, it's like, it's one of those things, like I can sit there and just nerd out all day, just like, wow.
That's awesome.
You saw it all. Awesome. Oh, okay. Yes. I can't believe we're not going to be there.
So we've got Rob. We talked about, of course, Anthony and Cirroc, Adelle Simmons. Let's see who we're gonna. So I'm gonna go back to the '80s now, and I'll mention the name I mentioned first. Taimak from The Last Dragon, of course, is going to be there.
Yes,
The Last Dragon. So he's coming in. That was really cool that we're looking forward to him being there. We also have Kevin Grievous. So people are looking at it. Did you see the Underworld series?
Don't know.
The vampire and werewolf movies. Okay.
Well, it was around, but I'm not a horror person, so I didn't.
Well, he actually is the writer of those.
Oh, really?
He's a brother. He's the writer of those, and he also wrote the I, Frankenstein movie, and he created Blue Marvel for the character Blue Marvel for Marvel Comics.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're ringing bells with me.
Yeah, so he's going to be there. We're going to be doing some stuff with him. We also are going to have. So I'm a huge. I don't know if it's just me and anything with star in the name, because like my goal and my dream was to fly fighter ships in space. Starfighters. Starfighters. So we also are going to have Stargate SG-1 folks there.
Yes, I saw that. You have Tony
Amendola, who is
Yes.
Master Braytac.
Yes.
We were going to have Steve Basic, but he ended up having to pull out because he had a prior commitment. We have Simone Bailey, who was one of the warrior women, warrior Jaffa women in that series. A gentleman named Panu, who's played multiple characters throughout the series. He was also one of the replicators in Stargate Atlantis. But the one that I was most excited about is Peter Williams, who played Apophis he was Apophis the entire series, but the first 4 seasons of Stargate SG-1, he was the primary villain. And Peter Williams, a Jamaican Canadian born actor, was that guy. And so like we did an interview with him, and that was amazing too for me. Because again, I showed my Q level geek out knowledge that they were. It was so funny because I mentioned a couple of things, and he was like, "Wow, I didn't even remember that until you said that." He was like, "You really do know your stuff, man." I was like, "I do."
Don't come at me with Stargate. Don't do it.
Right. Don't hurt yourself.
So we got that. I mentioned Simone Bailey.
I know Tony from Once Upon a Time because he was
right. That's where I know him.
Played Geppetto. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
played Geppetto.
I love that one. I love Once Upon a Time.
That was such a great show.
It was.
The concept of it was really amazing. So I definitely like that. Let's see. So they're there. Let me try to make sure I get everybody here.
Why don't you just go ahead and list them for us?
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually just go ahead and do that as you stated. So I'm gonna pull this up directly and make sure, because I definitely, of course, don't want. Oh, Megan Tandy, who the young lady who was in a bunch of different things, but most recently Batgirl. Simone, Anthony, Dave Fennoy is gonna be there. Dave Fennoy is a prolific voice actor who's around doing some stuff. Well, that was actually
telling me about,
yeah. That was actually pretty much all of that. That is everybody, all of our celebrities, except for one other gentleman. He's a great friend of mine, and he's been around and helped us with this project since the beginning. His name is China McCoy. If you saw the Matrix movies, China was actually the body action double for Morpheus. So all of the martial arts and the fighting that you saw Lawrence Fishburne doing was actually China.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
We knew that wasn't Lawrence.
What I did want to ask, I wanted to ask you about. I saw that you had something where to help young people come to the con. Was there something?
Yes. So we know that there are a lot of, again, like I said, one of our primary goals is to give young blurs the opportunity to come out, and also to give just young nerds a chance to come out and be able to get things from Black creators and Black characters that they probably normally wouldn't do. So we were asking people to donate a Young Nerd badge. So let's tell us what the thing that's so special about a Young Nerd badge is that they're $25, but the kids get $10 in con bucks to spend out of all of those badges donated. And so we're telling all of our vendors, we're requiring them to bring at least 2 items that they can sell for $5 or under, whether it's stickers or mini books or whatever it is. But we want these kids to be able to walk out with something from our creators to get them. So yeah,
that's a great idea.
The young
awesome
nerd ticket,
idea.
$25, and like I said, they get $10 out of that, out of that money to go to them being able to leave with something.
And so if you want to donate one of these badges, do we go to...
The easiest thing to do is go to theurbannerdcon.net and go to where it says purchase tickets or the ticket pricing, and the link will be right there. And it'll take you directly to the link, and it'll say donate. Yeah, it actually says donate Young Nerd ticket.
Oh, that's a super idea. I love that a lot.
We'll definitely have the link in the notes for this episode.
Okay.
Most definitely. Yep. I think that's it. Is there anything else you want to tell? Can you tell us again when, where, everything is going to be again?
So again, we are going to be in Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the 31st. We're super excited. It's at a venue called the Crampton Bowl, the multiplex at the Crampton Bowl. And it was so crazy. So here's one of a little quick thing. I have not been before this year. I went to MomoCon and a Power Rangers event here the last couple of months just to promote what we were doing. But I hadn't been to a con myself in over 20 years. And the last time I went as a vendor.
Okay.
So I actually didn't get a chance to walk around. And so I had seen the space that we were going to be in. But again, I didn't have a reference point. And so when I went back and went to MomoCon this year and was able to walk around and see it and to do the same thing with the Power Rangers Ranger Stop thing, I'm looking at the space. Well, earlier today, I was actually in Montgomery doing a walkthrough, one of our final 3 walkthroughs before we get to the event to make sure how our setup was going to be. And it really hit me how big of a space we have for the event that we're doing.
Nice.
And I was like, walk around, and it's on Facebook on our page. Okay. Our social media is the Urban Nerd Con everywhere. So on all the social media. And so we did this live, and I'm walking through and I'm like, oh my God, now that I have a reference point from MomoCon, it was in the Georgia World Congress Center and all this stuff. I was just like, yo, this is going to be so cool. We got so much space. You're just like, yeah, this is going to be great. So,
oh my God, I'm so happy for you.
So we're looking forward to it. But, hey, we've already started communicating. One thing, back to the Young Nerd thing, we've already started communicating and working with some of the youth groups in Montgomery and in the Montgomery area. So if we can get people to donate those badges, we are ready to start giving them out to kids. And if we do so, and if they do a group of at least 5, we actually will donate a adult badge to go with that. So for every 5 Young Nerd badges that are donated, we donate an adult badge so that they can be their chaperone for the event.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yep. And those badges get them in the entire weekend. All 3 days.
Say it again. Where can they go? Say it one more time.
To the website, theurbannerdcon.net, and then just go to the anything that says purchase tickets or get badges. That'll take you right to it.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna definitely have that in the notes because we want something to happen here, people.
Right.
We get some nerd badges.
Let's get these young kids out there. Let them find their tribe.
Well, and the thing is opening their imagination. That's really what we want to do. We want them to be able to walk into a space and be like, wow, I can really dream about all this stuff that I dream about, but I don't tell anybody. And now I can talk to somebody else about it. So,
and we've all lived that.
And it's okay to be like that.
That's right. There's absolutely nothing wrong.
Young black and be like that.
And be a nerd. We are there for that all day long.
We love that. We actually love that. Yep.
Well, Roy, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us all about this Urban Nerd Con. Number 1, the first inaugural
event.
Ever. Yeah. Okay, and make sure everyone you've got it with the nerd badges. I want to see some action over here through the SyFy Sister connection, and we are wishing you the very best I know it's going to be great. Please tell Anthony I said hi.
Will do. We will do.
I got it bad.
Tell him his Auntie Fran says hi too. He'll know who it is.
I will make it a point to do that.
Oh my goodness.
Tell him that Sabrina said hey, and Auntie Fran said hello.
Oh,
no. Yes.
He is never going to come on this show. Thanks a lot, Roy.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
It's going to be great.
All right.